Do you remember Men in Black? That one alien species that just pilots human suits. It's basically that. The ones that had like... Uh-oh.
I'm gonna kick your butt. You shut up.
This is what, like the third time this has happened to us? So once our mom woke us up, once Dream Marla woke us up, and now a soldier's waking us up?
No, didn't we, like, resolve all of this, though? I'm pretty sure we resolved all of this. We talked to everybody. We were cool. I beat that guy up over there. Can I beat up the Chancellor again?
He must be given great honors. Why do I have a sword in my stomach? Oh, why did you attack me? We were just messing with you.
Yeah, hold up. Let me just run over and stab him real quick. Then you'll see what he is. Don't worry about it. See? Easy.
Falls over dead. Chrono's been delusional.
Yeah, we did, actually. Y'all playing games with me, I'm gonna stab you anyway. You and your tall chair.
It's the guy from the future. Literally, the guy from the future. And the past king of Guardian.
Oh, I don't like this. I gotta go. I gotta ride to catch. I'll be back, guys.
And Kino, for some reason.
You mean you woke me out of bed that rudely and drugged me out here just to play a trick on me? I'm gonna kick all your butts.
It's like the fact that the Chancellor was in on it.
I'm gonna beat you up so bad.
Haha, Luca did it.
Luca, I'm gonna kick your butt.
I like how they actually had to add the 33rd to his name now because there's another king.
There's
Guardian.
another king they have to...
So, remember how Kino is Ayla's betrothed?
Look, there's like 4 people back in prehistory. I am sure that his blood somehow got into literally everybody. It not only doesn't surprise me, I feel like it would be physically impossible not to be one of his descendants.
Well, this is just for the fun of it, but yeah, Marley and Ayla are actually related.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, so that means this whole time you've been fighting with with Marley's great, however many greats we have to go back to 65 million BC ancestor.
I mean, again, it's been 65 million years. Not only do I think it reasonable, I think it would be physically impossible for it not to have been.
The question is, why isn't
I think I'm descendant of Ayla. I'm pretty sure Chrono and Luca are also both descendants of Ayla.
Probably not. There was a pretty good village, and there were other human settlements we didn't know about.
It's been 65 million years.
Yeah, and have you seen what humans did with 10,000?
Like, you look back at even stuff like, who all is a descendant of one of the Roman emperors? And it's like friggin' 80% of Europe.
I am honestly surprised you didn't go for Genghis Khan, because he's the one that, like, literally everyone goes, like, there are so many people in China who are descended from him that it's, like, ridiculous.
Like, that's just how trees work, and people intermarrying spreads that out. Like, yeah, when you follow the tree down, they spread out and they intermix, and all it takes is me down here being able to track up to that one when all the trees are connected. No, I feel like it would be physically impossible. I'm pretty sure Chrono and Marley and Luke, I'm pretty sure they're all descendant of Ayla in some form. Again, not only does it not surprise me, I think it would be physically impossible not to.
No, Chrono's a descendant of Goku.
That's true. I'm sorry, that's true.
I mean, my most shocked thing is that there's nobody from antiquity from here.
Well, we killed all of them.
You can't have killed them all. They're literally, the whole bloodline would have died out.
There's like 3 people left alive in antiquity. Admittedly, I think they had a town... I think they had a town chief or whatever.
Yes, they did. I think he also looked like that, so maybe they didn't have him brought in because they didn't want to mix up the sprites too much.
We got these 2 guys who look almost identical to each other.
You come from Crapsack World too? Yep. Cool.
Sure do.
Mine was flooded. Mine was destroyed by a space alien. I have never seen those dancer sprites in this entire game. I think those are specifically for this moment. I love it when they do stuff like that.
Why do they look like Flare?
What?
Don't worry about it.
This is another VTuber I don't need to worry about.
Oh, they're so small!
Balloons!
What am I doing? I'm just walking? What's going on?
It's a parade.
That's not a parade.
Come on, every Squaresoft game ends in a parade.
It's not a parade. You need more than 5 people. Just walking along.
It's a parade for your heroes. Look, there's a cat worth them there. That's another person.
6.
Yeah. So now it's officially a parade.
No, I mean, if you get him in here, too. Get him over to follow in.
Is that Luca's dad drinking with the mother?
I don't know. Luca's dad looks a lot like every other dad in this game.
Is Tabin Luca's mom. Lara.
You're kind of walking a little... Going faster than the dancers there. Now, that wasn't a proper parade. I'm disappointed. We needed like half the cast to come in. Our whole party to come in. Oh, I can move.
Yeah.
Why am I Marley? What?
Why not?
Do I have a menu? I do not have a menu.
You still have a walk button.
But I still have a walk button. I cannot talk to the children.
Well, talk to the...
I can talk to the dancers if they'd stand still. Okay, talking to them makes them move.
The Melchior, there's Tabin, Laura, Chrono's mom.
Hey, Ma. I mean, I was trying. Oh. That's true. We did bring home 2 pets. Yeah.
Bitch, what you said? Ugh.
Where's the old man whose sandwich I stole? I want to apologize.
Oh, he was executed.
What did he do?
I don't think I can say here properly, but let's say they found a lot of bodies in his basement, and they were very young.
Okay.
That's another learned reference for people if they can grasp that
I mean, you don't need weapons anymore, but... We killed Lavos. That's really the resolution that we brought. And the only ones who used weapons to fight Lavos was us. There are still a lot of people and a lot of conflict in the world. You will always need to make weapons.
Especially with the ending that happens right about now.
Don't be a sack of potatoes. Nope, busy drinking. Sure did. I mean, she did too. In spirit.
In spirit, yes.
Gonna get drunk.
And I think you can just go up to the top.
Yeah, that's everybody here. I'm gonna leave. Where did these children come from?
Do you really want me to explain the mechanics of, like, how people have kids?
No, that's not the question I'm asking anyway. Oh, they blocked it off, so I can't go that way. No more lunches to steal.
No more Gato to beat up for his 15 silver coins.
So many times. Hey, where were all of you at the parade?
Oh, it's just you guys at the parade. We don't belong in this time. I cannot stress that enough.
I mean, especially the people in the past. Robo can probably stick around, but like everybody else has got to go, or things are not going to work out.
Robo can say, I don't know about his future.
Yeah, Robo's probably pretty cool. Also, Mr. Gloomy in the corner. I'm not really sure what time period you have to worry about.
He
can probably do whatever he wants to do.
I think he's temporally displaced right now. That's his problem. But to keep things going off, we're gonna have
so many kids.
But to keep things going with mages, we're gonna have to give you amnesia and steal all your magic, and there you go. Did she just flusterly put him into the portal?
I think so.
God, that's adorable. Strongest woman on Earth. When her soon-to-be husband basically says, "Oh yeah, we're gonna have kids," she's like, "Get in the portal, sweetie.
We're gonna have so many kids.
We're going home right now." Ooh, I can't believe he said that in front of everybody. I think he literally just said that thing you were making earlier, that we may have been descended from them all.
Hmm.
Ah, Frog got a kiss from a princess.
I was expecting a hug, but that works too.
Magus over here. Well, I guess I better break my spell.
Yeah. Later, nerds. The future isn't... We killed Lavos. The future shouldn't be crappy anymore.
But their future didn't refuse to change.
Yeah, like that's specifically the one time period that will have changed having done this.
I don't know how you don't think Luca would have not realized.
Yeah, that's... Okay, so stay here. That's fine. I like to think that he would still exist, just in a different form.
Oh, so you mean as a circuit chip that gets fried at some point?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes, not like that.
Are you absolutely certain?
Yes, I'm absolutely certain.
That that's not his canon death in this entire series?
Yes, I'm absolutely certain. Good job!
Peace, peace. It has been a while. I don't remember much.
I don't remember jack.
When did you have that conversation?
I think we had that...
Oh, was that in the forest?
When did we have that? That may have been in the forest. Yeah, that was absolutely in the forest, because that's what she's talking about.
Yeah.
Chrono's just there like, what? Was I there for that?
Yeah, he was. It was the first thing we did after.
No.
I think the point is it's originally your cat, your only cat, but if you have more cats, they all show up here.
Hmm.
Mom, wait!
Well, crap.
It's like Chrono's only line out of everything else. Mom, wait! This is the line he chooses to go on.
Yeah, gate will never open again. That's fine, we still have the epoch.
But
we can just...
I've already dismantled it. I smashed it into some giant creature. Wait, what?
Not in this ending.
Was she supposed to have a cat-like thing for her?
I'm
whole
sorry to
time?
say you no longer have a time machine. We dismantled it as part of the royal property.
I'm just kidding. We took it on a joyride.
And smashed it right into Lavos.
Oh yeah, good because we were all
Real good. We were all
all
totally smashed.
Don't we have to hurry? We
That's
have
so
a
many
time
bullets.
machine.
Yeah, we have a time machine. Nope, not me. Really? You're not even going to stay for this heartfelt thing? You just got to ring the bell and then everybody's happy and then you can move on. That's just mean.
We never got the beef jerky scene with them, did we? King trying his best. Guys?
Little help?
Hey, them's the credits.
There's our credits. That means we did it. It's official. I swear
know
I've
that
beaten.
guy.
I swear I've beaten this game before, but I
Probably.
hardly remember the ending.
I know that guy, and that guy. And that person. And that person. Oh, there goes the epic. Man, look at that mode. So, as the end credits roll on, what'd you think?
I hated it.
Oh, okay.
No,
Can't win them all, folks, I'm sorry to say.
we tried. No, I think I mentioned this before, but
But just to be certain he realizes that I can win them all. That's alright, I'm bringing that joke back.
no, so I think I mentioned this early on, but originally I remembered thinking of Chrono Trigger as it's a good game, sure, but it's also just kind of another one of the JRPGs of the era, and I didn't know why everybody made this one specific. Hey.
They still exist.
Why everybody made this one specifically out to be such a big thing. And as we were playing through the game, I mentioned that I was getting... You can fly!
No, jump good. Oh, he can fly. What the heck, man?
I mentioned that I was getting Super Mario RPG vibes off of it. And I think that's because, like, Square Enix is really good at JRPGs. Especially at the time. Really good at JRPGs.
Yeah.
It's what they did. But they had a very distinct style and mood to their JRPGs. And Mario RPG tempered that some. Because it was about Mario. They couldn't go all in on what they would have done on their own. And similar, this is... It's a Square JRPG. But it's tempered. And in this case, I think it's tempered by Toriyama. Just between the expressiveness of the characters and the personalities of them, it feels very Toriyama-esque. And I think that's where I got that feeling from.
I mean, it also helps that literally 2/3 of this game was JRPG adjacent already with Yuji Horii and Akira Toriyama working on Dragon Quest. So.
Yeah, you also had Enix and all getting involved in this too. Like, it was a shockingly big thing. And I've mentioned before, I'm a big fan of Mario RPG. We've done 2 playthroughs of it. Well, I've done 2 playthroughs.
I was gonna say.
I've done 2 playthroughs. The one of them was only partial, but like, an aside, I digress. Big fan. So, recognizing that appeal in this game, that same kind of appeal in this game, I get it. Like, I get it. I think... I think what I really would have liked more than anything else with this, I don't feel like it's perfect. It feels a little rough around the edges, but I think that roughness around the edges adds charm to it. Like, I look at stuff like even the first Paper Mario versus Thousand Year Door. Like, oh yeah, objectively Thousand Year Door is better, but there's a roughness to the first one that lends it a charm that Thousand Year Door doesn't have. And I can feel that roughness, I guess, in this. But I think if I could offer anything to this, it's A, fix the DLC because it's hot garbage. B, I kind of want more, but that's not in a I didn't get enough kind of way and I want to keep playing the game kind of way. It's in a I feel like there was more world here to explore that they didn't.
No, it's like literally all here. The entire continent.
That's it right there.
Yeah. Is it kind of like in that sense of like you had a good meal and you feel like you maybe want dessert, but you're not clamoring for dessert? It's like it would just be the so to say, cherry on top of the meal kind of way.
I think it's more so like... Okay, you get a meal that's like meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
They give you the meat, and it is the best meat you have ever tasted in your life.
Or meat-adjacent product.
Yeah, or whatever. And then they forget to give you the potatoes.
But you're kind of in this point, like, I just had the best.
Yeah, but that was still the best thing I've ever eaten in my life.
Yeah,
but I also
get that.
But I also didn't get my potatoes.
Yeah.
Like, I'm content, but I also feel like I didn't get the whole meal. And that's sort of it. Like, I feel like there's more
and
world.
Instead they give you a rice cracker and it's the DLC, and you're like, oh.
Here, take your more. I feel like there's more world to explore. Like, I feel like... Because we hardly spent any time over on the other continent, or, like, events going on over there. Just that kind of thing. Like, there's more world that could have been fleshed out. And so what I want, kind of, is for them flesh that out. Flesh that out with side quests. Optional side quests. And then take the side quests they did put in and make them mandatory. Because it feels really weird that some of those were optional. Like going back and beating up the Chancellor? That was optional, really? No. Make that mandatory. Make me do that crap. Some stuff, like the rainbow... Well, no, the rainbow shell was required for the thing.
Take the side quest and push them over here.
The Moonstone bit, where we had to go get the Moonstone, put it up in the thing.
And the Sunstone.
Yeah, that's fine being optional, because that's just a neat little thing. You get a neat thing, you get a weapon for Luca, cool stuff. The rainbow shell was mandatory for taking care of the castle crap, so like, I feel like that should have been mandatory. Instead of just a really elaborate quest to get some armor, but also added a lot of closure that I feel like was necessary. So, you know, yeah, make a lot of the optional stuff mandatory, and then take the DLC and what it tried to do and make it good. Yeah, but at the core of it, though, I do think it was really neat. I do also feel like I still have no idea what the plot was. Moment to moment. Like, this is something I think I said early on, and I kind of attributed it to being a dumb kid, because I feel like this with most JRPGs that I played as a kid, is that I don't remember the moment-to-moment plot, how we got pulled along the story to lead into what it was going to lead into. And I still don't. I have no idea how we got here. Like, I know the overarching plot. I know, like, the back story and what led to a thing doing the thing. But as far as, like, our adventure through the game, it did feel a little bit like we just kind of got strung along, and there was some happenstance stuff of, where do we take the plot now? Time portal to a place where plot can happen.
I think it's more like on Yuji Horii, because his writing style for Dragon Quest is like there's an overarching story, but every town you hit is its own little story within the plot.
Yeah, like you kind of just finish and then go, what do we do next?
Yeah, an NPC just shows up and goes like, hey, the next town over has an interesting story you should go check out, and then they just leave, and that's your through line.
Yeah, so like you only remember the overarching... You only remember the moment-to-moment plot by looking at the map and going, well, we traveled here, and then we traveled here, and then we traveled here. And that's how that happened. But I very much felt that, and that maybe that was just stylistic with how he handles that. Which I think is fun. I think it's fine in Dragon Quest, but because it feels like you're adventuring. You just go out and explore on your own and go where you need to go. I think it troubles me a little bit more here because it felt like it would be thrust upon you instead of your choice to go adventuring. Because, like, heaven help me, I tried to go adventuring, and they kind of limited me.
This is more of a Final Fantasy game than a Dragon Quest game, is what you're saying.
Maybe it's more of a Final Fantasy game trying to be done in the Dragon Quest style, and I don't know how well they
Mesh together.
They mesh in that regard. But again, I still say the overarching plot is amazing. Even moment to moment, the little moments of plot are good. It's just kind of how they're connected to each other. The characters are all amazing. The personality that all of them have, that the game has, even the humor that got put in with Toriyama's help. Honest to goodness, I almost wish that they had kept Toriyama's naming convention. As dumb as that is.
Oh, yeah.
I almost wish they had kept that.
For, like, what? Magus' generals?
Yeah.
Where they're all named, like, vinegar, soy sauce, and mayonnaise. Or...
Yeah. Like, I almost wish they had, just to give that little bit more of a Toriyama flair to it.
I don't know, I think it kind of worked with, like, Ozzy, Slash, and Flea.
Yeah.
It's not exact, but it...
And then going back to Ozzy's castle, that should have been mandatory.
Well, if you didn't have mages, what would be the point?
That's true. Spite. Just show up and go, no, I don't like you.
Fair. I mean, I literally checked out the TV trope page for those characters, and the first trope they had for, like, Ozzy's description was, like, a Nazi by any other name, and I was like, a what? And they basically listed, like, yeah, he was basically just a fascist in the whole thing. I'm like, I missed a lot when I was a kid, apparently.
I think the combat also gets heralded a lot as being really good, and I think it was. I genuinely think it was. They gave you a large cast of characters. Each one's had their own pros and cons and specialties and what they were capable of doing.
The only downfall was all of them didn't have a Falcon Strike move.
That was it. Like, if you could Falcon Strike with everybody, you'd be good to go. I'm sure I didn't explore that as well as I could have, because I'm playing the game in a way that I feel comfortable with. But I did very much appreciate it, that, like, every character was, like, they weren't just, like, one-trick ponies, either. Because when I sat down and played a little bit with a character, I'd start going, oh yeah, I chalked this character up as being X, but as it turns out, they can also do X and Y and Z and what have you. And there was a lot of depth to a lot of the characters. And I think originally, when I started out, because you didn't have many techs starting out, I was just like, yeah, just attack everything. I don't know about this dual tech thing. And then by the end, it's like, if I'm not dual teching, I'm wasting a turn. It's like everything that I do is decided by what the good dual techs are. Mostly between Chrono and Ayla. But still.
If they're within Falcon Strike distance.
Yeah, if they're within Falcon... It's like, boy, those guys sure had some courage lining up like that when they came up to talk to me. I think the way that you could attack enemies, it added even little more depth to it. Not just by the variety in what you had, but that your attacks did depend on how you're situated around the field and how enemies are situated around the field. So a group of enemies attack you and they're all lined up horizontally, and I can go, oh boy, I can actually take them out. Or early on, when you see a couple enemies lined up, but like away from one character, you go, okay, I can hit that far one and like dash through them to hit them. Like, that's good stuff. And again, it added a lot of simple depth to the combat. Like, it's depth. It's something you're thinking about and you're taking in, but it's not, and it works well with every other system. It's not just one thing that you go, okay, but I have 10,000 options to do whatever. Like, it's just something that makes the combat more enjoyable and more active. Good stuff. I think the only thing that I would really do to change the combat is just to give the player an option to move a character on that character's turn. So if I want to, like... Because you get a move where, like... Ayla has a move where she can only hit an enemy that's next to her. Well, if I get into a fight and she's just standing over there, it's, well, guess I'm never using that. But if I could, like, use one of her turns and run her over next to somebody so I could use it, cool crap. Instead, it's just kind of luck, almost, of, like, okay, everybody actually spread out reasonably on this one. I can do that on this. But, like, that's about it. That's about it. I do think it was a great game. Had a good time. Not the DLC. Don't play the DLC. I think it was a great game, though. And of course, Chrono Trigger is absolutely loved, and everybody got their happy ending. Everything was cool. I'm going to speak briefly on it, but Chrono Cross being the official sequel to it. I played Cross before Trigger, so I went through Cross not knowing anything about Trigger. I had read that it was a sequel to Trigger, but I didn't know anything about it. So anything that happened that was supposed to be a nod to Trigger, I didn't get. I didn't understand. So I took Cross at face value, and in doing that, I had a pretty alright time with Cross. Cross has its own issues, of course. And for the longest time, I was under the impression that Cross was like, yeah, it's a sequel, but like it's only kind of a sequel in name, and it's just kind of got a thing maybe that they nod to that happened beforehand. They took one thing and said X with it or did something with it. And then I actually read up a bunch on the wiki and like, oh boy, are they connected to each other. And we've done Trigger, so I'm sure at some point in the distant future, we will do Cross. And when that time comes, I think that's going to be interesting to have Trigger in memory that is not a childhood memory for me to take Cross in. You're playing Cross, by the way. Because I
figured I would.
Because I'm playing Trigger.
If you're saying to like do Chrono Cross at some point, I was like, oh, I'll be there because I actually want to try to like it because it's like
Cross does a lot good. It does a lot of really neat good stuff.
There's a lot I like about it, honestly. If I have to be brutally honest with people, I would recommend like get Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross. You can get Chrono Cross right now with Radical Dreamers. That whole thing's available. Get them.
I have heard tell that isn't the best port, but it's available.
Yeah, it's not the best. Ironically, if you put it to PlayStation graphics, it works out better. But you know,
yeah, with any luck, maybe they'll do what they did with Chrono Trigger, which started out as an hot garbage port, and now this is kind of the definitive way to play the game.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I'd like to give it its fair shake. I mean, like I said, it has a luchador.
Yeah,
and I'd also hate to say this, but I'm gonna be also. I don't know if this is a hot take or not, and if it is, burn yourself with it. That opening music is better than any of the music in this entire game.
Holy crap!
That is it that really famous woman who usually does a lot of things?
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know nothing.
Who that person did that song? I'm like, listen, I like these chiptune songs. I could probably like them in proper instruments. That song, that violin hits. Ooh,
okay. Y'all know Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Simple and Clean.
Mm-hmm.
The intro song to that. How that song took off. Everybody, you didn't even know about Kingdom Hearts, and you were like, Simple and Clean. Man, that's a song. That was the Chrono Cross opening for me.
Yeah.
That was just, I don't even care about anything. Every time I boot this game up, I will listen to this 14 times. I recorded that onto my computer through a really weird way because you didn't have a way to record stuff in a reasonable way at the time. But I did, so I could put it on a computer, so I could burn it to a CD, so I could listen to it in the car. Man, that's a good song. Anyway.
I liked it. It's a good game.
It's good stuff.
It's also one of the best Super NES RPGs. But there is another contender to the crown.
That is true.